I'm going to show you something really cool that you may have never noticed on your fretboard before to sort of demystify or unlock these patterns that you're playing in pentatonic, because they all look so vastly different, but I want you to start recognizing that they really aren't. They're the same pattern over and over and over. And once you do that, you can start learning your fretboard, where your notes are, where your roots are, all those kind of things in different places on your guitar a little bit easier. So let me show you this now. You got to follow along because this is kind of weird. Okay? We have 6 strings. What we're going to do, we know that we've got 2 E strings. Okay? There's a repetition here of this low E string and this high E string. So we're going to pretend like this first string does not exist. Okay, the guitar only has 5 strings, not a repetitive string, because again, whatever you play on the 6th string, you'd play on the 1st string. So we're going to cut that first string off and be left with 5 strings. Now let's go back and look at that initial first position minor pentatonic that we did. We had 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4. Now again, we're skipping the first string. So what you wind up with is 3 1-3s in a row, and 2 1-4s on the outside. Okay? Your whole fretboard is covered with 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and then 2 1-4s. The whole fretboard. That's all it is. With a repeat on the first string of whatever you played on the 6th string. But let's cut that one off for now. So you've got 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and 1-4. Well, let's look at the second position. The second position has 1-3, 1-4, 1-4, and then 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, right? Because it wraps around. So you'll always have 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and then 2 1-4s, okay? It'll wrap around in different places, but you'll always have that grouping of 3 1-3s and 2 1-4s, no matter where you go. Now, why is that beneficial? Well, there's a couple of different things that you can think about. When you find your 3 groups of 1-3, your root is always in the middle. So if you know where your 1-3, 1-3, 1-3 is, okay, it's on the middle one. Okay, that's where your root is every time, is in the middle of those 3 1-3s. Okay, or let's take your 1-4, 1-4, for example. Or here, okay, we start learning, well, those are octaves. This one is an octave of this one, and this one is an octave of this one. Here's another thing. Of those 2 1-4s, okay, the second 1-4 is where your root is, where your first finger goes. So when I'm here, and I'm playing the 1-4, 1-4, on the second one is where my root is. You see, it's not as hard as you think it is if you start learning to visualize each one of those 5 patterns as 2 groups of 1-4, and 3 groups of 1-3. That's all they ever are. Now, again, they might shift a little bit in the way they look. Like if I go to the 4th position, I've got 1-4, 1-4. And then, of course, what would I have after that? You got it, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. But this second string 1-3 is moved up 1 fret to accommodate the tuning of the B string, but it's still a 1-3. So you have 1-4, 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. You see? Or the 3rd position, you've got 1-4, 1-4, 1-4. Excuse me, what am I saying? 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. And then what do you have after that? 1-4, 1-4. Always. So it makes it a lot easier to try and memorize those pentatonic scales, okay? Because you always know if you're thinking, well, what's the next one? Well, if you just did a 1-4, 1-4, it's a 1-3. Or if you just did 3 1-3s, what's coming next? 2 1-4s, right? Okay? So this first string will just do whatever this one did, okay? This one's just a mirror of whatever's happening here. But it's a really great trick. For me, it was really, really helpful because it helped me in trying to be able to visualize my scales, because for the longest time, I'd look at those 5 scales and go, holy crap, they're really confusing because they don't look anything alike. And then I would always play, again, what I call blinders on, where in order to play the second position, I had to connect it to the first position. I couldn't see the second position without it connecting to the first position. Well, once I started looking at the fretboard from this perspective, all of a sudden everything was the same thing over and over and over. just on different strings, obviously. But so anyway, that's a really great trick too, and I hope that helps you a little bit. So we've covered a lot of stuff about the pentatonic and the visualization of it, okay? We're not covering a bunch of licks and speed picking and all those kind of things. Those are all conversations for another time. What we're trying to do right now is build this palette, this visual palette of our fretboard of being able to play all 5 positions, understand how they connect together, understand the tricks to being able to visualize those and see the similarities, be able to move those in any key we want by using the treadmill technique, learning to meander using both the X and Y axis, right? And developing our strength and our understanding of each one of those positions with that meandering, how to break that meandering into pieces, to start creating phrases. Okay, so there's just so much stuff here that you're going to be able to use. But remember, you're not in a hurry. This isn't a race. This is life-changing stuff. So practice hard, and I'll speak to you soon. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Listen, if you're ready to take your guitar playing to the next level, then I'd like to invite you to go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for a VIP membership, which gives you first access to my premium lessons each month, which are customized for your specific goals and skill level. Now, it's an awesome community of guitar players that love to play, have fun, and support each other's goals, and we'd love to have you join us. So go to guitarzoom.com and sign up for VIP today.